Hello, how are y'all doing? Glad that y'all are here. First off, I just want to say thanks for being here. Like, obviously, we're going to be getting bigger and bigger. This is our first Zoom call, so it'll grow as we go. But I just want to take a second for all of us to introduce ourselves. I'm Micah, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about like the rebrand in general and just kind of like where the brand is going to go from here on out. And then go ahead, Drew.
What's up, guys? My name is Drew. Yeah, thank y'all for being here on kind of a short notice and a Sunday. So much appreciated. Excited to get this rocking and rolling. Yeah, I pretty much kind of oversee the whole Mindset Club Visionary kind of program, the ambassador program, so call that. Yeah, JJ, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself too.
How's it going, guys? Name's JJ. I'm going to be going over exactly what being a visionary is and what we expect out of the ambassadors, and also going more in depth with some of the codes as well. And I'll hand it over to Jimmy.
Hey, my name's Jimmy. I'm going to be going over the community aspect of mindset and kind of how we plan to bring people together more and yeah, bring you guys into the community more as well. And then I'll go hand it off to Kylie.
Hi guys, I'm Kylie and I'm here to advocate for the girlies. I will be closing out our meeting today. Um, let's go ahead and let Jeremy introduce himself as well.
Hey guys, I'm Jeremy. I won't have too much to say on this call. I'll let these guys handle the majority of it. Of course, if you guys have any questions, go and stop us anytime.
Perfect. So, to get the Zoom call started, what we're gonna do is invite everyone to have their cameras on, just so we can put a name to a face. It'll be easier for us to just get more familiar with you guys. We're gonna actually have spots where we take a break to ask questions, so we'll just wait until we break for the questions for any questions that you guys have. But just to kick it off, we're gonna start with the rebrand. So we're gonna actually be moving away from optimal gains altogether. So we're not gonna be optimal gains at all. And the biggest reason for that is we want a different face value for the brand. So initially, what we had for the brand was optimal gains was supposed to be representative of pursuing the best version of yourself, not just in the gym, but in life. And as it's grown, it's become more strictly gym, which is what we want to get away from. That's still going to be a foundation of what the brand is, but we don't want it to be the sole purpose of the brand. So for to have us a better face value of the brand, we're going to be strictly mindset. So when people see our brand, it's mindset, MNDST, and everyone fully understands at face value what we're about. With that being said, all the values and all the mission of the brand, nothing really is changing. It's just the face value, which I think is going to be a lot better for us moving forward. But yeah, in terms of values and mission statement, it's a mindset. Nothing is really changing. Just moving away from the culture, the gym, strictly gym culture, just broadening our horizons. Also, the biggest thing that we want to push moving forward would be the bolt itself. So it's going to be, I guess I'll just read it to you guys. Is the bolt is going to be to represent the journey from struggle to glory, the clash of light and dark, where true transformation happens. Just as the bolt brings both power and clarity, our community is driven by the belief that energy and mindset are the forces that light the path toward greatness. So the bolt will be like our key logo moving forward, and it's pretty representative of what the brand has already encompassed for the most part. And then also a major focus that we're going to have is just community. But Jimmy will be talking a lot more about community today. But during this transition phase, is there any questions that anyone might have as we're moving from optimal gains to mindset? And you can just raise your hand or unmute yourself and ask if you have any questions. And if not, that's totally fine because we're going to answer a lot more as we go. So Jimmy, if anyone has any questions, they can interrupt, but you can go ahead and start.
Okay, sweet. Thanks, man. So what I want to talk about is kind of the community aspect. And just like Micah said, that's going to be huge for us moving forward. Actually, kind of what I really like about this call is, I mean, it's kind of small, but I know most of you guys like personally, which is really awesome. And one of the things that I personally love about my life is I'm a part of a lot of different communities, like distinctly different communities. And for me, that's been amazing. Has like being able to do so many different things and meet so many like different people who are all awesome. So one thing we want to do with optimal gains more moving forward is bring people together, like really drive home that central heart of this company is bringing like-minded individuals together and building like a real community. you know, that most other fitness brands, Gymshark, Dark Sport, they don't really have that. You know, that's something that we have. We have this strong, you know, mostly in person, but like online as well, something we're trying to develop community. Um, so bringing different communities together, growing together, we're putting a lot more emphasis on that. And part of that is having more events. Obviously, that's going to be like one of the biggest things is having more monthly community building events. That's going to involve more pop-ups. It's going to involve future gym visits, a lot of new gym visits. Like we want to visit a lot more new gyms, but just even outside of like visiting the gym and still having the gym community, we want to visit new communities, right? And do new things. And uh that's also where like all of you guys come in because all of you guys can show us your communities. You know, like I see a couple calisthenics guys in here, and that's like one of my favorite communities. I love calisthenics, and who would have known that like a lot of these guys are the type of individuals that we love to have in our groups and we love to have in our brand. So it's like just all of you guys showing us what communities you're a part of and bringing those people together or bringing those people into the brand. So yeah, like lifting at new gyms, group lifts. I really want to do more group lifts personally. I don't know, like if you guys want to do more group lifts, but that's something that I would personally like to do more of. And then on top of that, monthly Zoom calls, we're going to be having those as well. So hopefully, being that there's also so many people that aren't necessarily able to come physically and spend time with us, they can meet with us online and we can at least develop community in that aspect too, kind of connecting people across the state divide. And then I guess one other thing I want to talk about briefly is sponsorship as well, because I know like at least personally I've been asked about sponsorship a lot in the brand, and that kind of goes hand in hand with community events, I guess. But if you guys do have any questions about that as well, we're kind of doing that on like a person to person basis and an event to event basis. So that's something you guys would reach out to us personally if you had any questions about that. So I have a really important question that I want at least a couple answers on, which is what are some events that you guys would like to see? Like, what are some events that we can plan? And all of your inputs are so valuable to us for like figuring out what we're going to do for these events. Because again, we want to reach out, do more. And I already see a hand for David, so let's go. You can unmute yourself. I'm pretty sure, David.
Yeah, there you go. I was trying to find the button. What's up, guys? So I mean, I know obviously a lot of you guys personally as well, but I'm very big into the running community, so that's something I was actually talking to Drew about. Is like I was super excited that he mentioned that they were gonna release some stuff maybe in the future for running gear. So that's something I think could be pretty cool. Like you say, like community lists, things like that, but maybe even get together like every once in a while, like go for a run as a group on a weekend or something. I think that'd be pretty dope. But yeah, I would say bringing a little bit more of the running community into it would be really nice.
Yes, dude. That's what I'm talking about. That would actually be awesome, doing some sort of run event. That is a phenomenal idea.
Yep, yep.
In fact, we'll even take a little note here, possibly doing some kind of running event.
So
Do you think it would be better to have a running event that we actually plan as like an Optimal Gains running event, or are there running events that you think would be better to show up to?
I think to begin with, it'd be good to plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be good to plan because I mean, I know I've heard of like running groups here, like in like downtown Phoenix, where just a bunch of people get together and they run. But obviously, it's a certain group that organizes it. So I think it'd be really cool to just put that mindset name behind the event.
Okay.
Just kind of again solidify that it's an event for us, or maybe not even like an event, but just more of a get together for the mindset group.
Dude, phenomenal idea. Okay, thank you, David. And then I see Eddie as well in there.
Yes. So I was a part of this group, or it was like more of a like a like a it was like a 3-day thing. It's called, I don't know if you guys have heard it. It's called Survivor Weekend.
Survivor weekend.
It's like a 3-day thing where they go up to Flagstaff. They basically camp out there, and this church called Hope Church, they host it, and they bring basically a bunch of students, like college students, together, um, basically at that camp, and they do a bunch of competitions, you know, trying to push each other. And each student is a part of a tribe where they're basically trying to win like this trophy, and then you know to be
Okay.
declared a winner. But basically that event, it's a lot of competition, a lot of like group building, team skills, and like just a lot of fun events that they do over there. It's only one time in a year. They just did it in September. I mean, maybe it would be something that we can do maybe next year, but it's I think it would be great for us to do something like that because I think last year they brought like maybe around 2-3 thousand college students together up there.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be a good way to just, you know, get our name out there over, you know, with the college communities and all that stuff.
Yeah, heck yeah. And this is an event that you did.
Yeah, I did it. So I didn't do it this year because I was, you know, busy doing my own thing and trying to build stuff. But last year I went. My buddy Jonathan, I've been friends with him since high school. He connected with someone, and that person from GCU told him about the event, and then he told me, and I went. It was like maybe about $80 when I went to, you know, stay up there 3 days, camp. You know, they give you food and whatnot, and you get to choose your own tribe to like compete with and just, you know, build a relationship with the people within. Um, but it's I think it'd be a great like idea and event for us to go to like just be around people that are trying to build, you know, within the community and, you know, find relationships to like really just grow within themselves.
Okay, heck yeah. Is that something that we could be our own tribe? Could we be the mindset tribe?
We could potentially. They have a bunch of tribes. I think they have like maybe around 10 to 12. It kind of just depends on your region where we're at. Like I think they have some in Tucson, some in Nevada that came down here too to Flagstaff. Um, but it's more of a tribe. I think we could possibly talk to them about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're open to ears. I can send you guys the website link to like, you know, possibly get a spot at the event.
Yeah, please do. Actually, that'd be perfect, man.
I
If you
will. I
could,
will.
yeah, if you could just message something with that. Yeah, thank you, Eddie.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Also
sure.
a
And I don't know,
phenomenal
maybe,
idea.
you know, I'm a calisthenic dude. I don't know, maybe we can do like a little calisthenic, you know, competition
Oh,
up there too, you know?
oh yeah, you better. Hey, you know, I see you right there, Ken. Yeah, buddy, better believe it, dude. We're gonna do something like that.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just an event of just a bunch of competitions and just, you know, try to get the best version of each other out there for 3 days. So it's a pretty cool and fun event for people trying to, you know, grow and find a family basically.
Okay, dude, thanks for
Yeah.
the suggestion. That's awesome. We'll definitely look into do something like that.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Can I get one more suggestion, possibly outside of the physical
Oh,
activity realm?
To kind of piggyback on there, I don't know how to raise my hand on here, but to kind of piggyback on that, me personally, I haven't had ideas of like just like community service events and type of way. I think it'd be cool to kind of get everyone together to go pick up trash at a park, let's say, something like that. So even that community service type of deal just brings all of us together for a good cause. We're bringing positivity in the world, you know. Same thing, kind of what David was saying with the running thing too. I think it'd be really cool. I've kind of been looking into it on putting like a 5K together. It'd be like a sponsored 5K, where yeah, the proceeds go to like mental health or drug addiction, something like that. So I always think that'd be a cool idea too. So it looked like kind of everyone else kind of shaking their heads too. So I think it'd be a good idea. So those could be coming in the future. And
Okay.
going on too, I know we're spread through all out the U.S. Obviously, isn't everyone on the team in here today? Like I said, it was last notice. But yeah, if you guys ever have stuff going on in your area, in your home state, your hometown, or whatever, don't hesitate to reach out to any of us and pitch us the idea. We definitely want to start traveling a lot more, just spreading out the community, literally nationwide, worldwide. So if you guys ever have anything that pops an idea, or you just, hey, this would be cool for everyone to go to, definitely, yeah, it'd be much appreciated if you guys reached out. Just let us know. We'd love to try and put something together.
Yep. Your guys'
So,
ideas are highly, highly valued. So, like, please add your brain power to this group. You know, like,
so I'll add something, Jimmy.
all right, hit me.
So I was gonna kind of carry on with what Drew was saying because I'm not really as active in the gym and in that scene. I'm in a barbershop, right? So we see a lot of local events, local things like that in our city. They shut down the main street. If you guys can find local events, anything that can make you guys want to grow and see a chance, it doesn't matter if it's an opportunity to connect with one person or 10, right? You guys can, like Drew said, go donate some of your time to homeless. That's a start, because not people are from there. People are seeing not just what you're putting first. You're not putting yourself first. You're putting others first. And that's a hard thing to do. And if you guys can see, like, I don't know, flea markets or anything that you guys could get some type of advertisement out there, is gonna help y'all grow in that scene. It's and that's from my own experience. That's how barbershops work. It's word of mouth. It's not a funded thing, right? It's not built around how much money you got. So you guys are already doing it as is, but making yourself uncomfortable is going to help everybody in this group grow. Most of y'all don't know who I am, and that's cool. I'm cool with that. But Mike is up there laughing. Don't laugh at me. But I'm more of like the outside guy, right? So even if it's like a golf tournament, right? You guys could go do something like that. Something that's gonna make everybody uncomfortable. You guys don't have to be good at it. Just get out there and have fun. But at the same time, it's explaining everybody what the brand is about. That's been like my whole thing behind the scenes, is like the meaning behind all this. It's whether you can go to a school and speak at a fucking pep rally. You know what I mean? Go talk to some people, put yourself out there, because you never know what your talk's going to do to one another. So verbal, and that's what I do every day. I do that every day. You have to be vulnerable with people. It's a hard barrier to break down, but once you can be vulnerable and show people that side when they're like struggling with it, that can help tremendously.
I
And
wholeheartedly agree.
yeah, and like I've seen people come in the barbershop with a miserable day, being miserable. And that 30-minute service of me just talking to them, they can give two shits about how they look out when they leave, right? But if I made an impact on how they're thinking outside of that, that's all I can ask for, right? So
Yeah.
just try to push. I want everybody to try to push themselves because I'm doing it right now. That's why I want to preach it, is because I'm living it. So yeah, that's all I got for you.
Yeah, heck yeah, dude. Thank you for that. Yeah, I've heard a couple good suggestions in there too. Flea markets, that's definitely something we could hit, like more uncomfortable events like that, definitely. And then yeah, I mean, I think we should all strive to make little impacts like that, because that's what really makes a difference in the world too. Those little interactions. But okay, and then I think I saw Yada first. If you want to real quick
Danny, I
unmute.
saw you raising your hand too, so I'll make sure you get taken care of.
Okay, so I was just gonna add that like the holidays are coming up and a lot of places do like shoe drives or like food drives, like canned food and stuff like that. I think it'd be cool if we added something like that. Or if we did like feed my starving children, just like something for the holidays, maybe specifically since that's coming up. I don't know, I thought that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, like the one thing I'll add to that is, one thing they do big here is we do water drives. I know for Phoenix that would be crucial for you guys, because everybody up there, and with how that heat in the summer is, could, right? I mean, I've seen a barbershop do 50 cases of water, and that makes an impact on somebody local, and coat drives, whatever it is. So those do make great impacts on communities. Just letting y'all know.
Yeah, more local community, like emotionally driven events like that could certainly be awesome. And then more uh essentially holiday events even, yeah, and kind of targeting that a little bit more. Yada, I see you still have your hand up.
How do I take that off?
Let me see. I'm actually not sure.
Oh,
It's
Just,
gone.
I was gonna say, just hit the react button and then lower the hand.
Okay. Thank you,
Danny kept raising his hand, so hit up Danny. Right, Danny? Are you trying to?
Danny.
Because I was doing the same thing. I don't
Uh,
know how to little emoji here.
yeah. So I forget who mentioned, but so there's like a whole vulnerability thing. I have cystic fibrosis, so there's a thing that has like it's like a CF foundation or something like that that does like it's called Rose Up. I think that would be pretty cool to get people that kind of are in that like community through that. They do like running events. They do there's a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm not too sure exactly what they do. I haven't really looked into depth with it, but I think that would be pretty cool to kind of reach out to them and see if there's something that we can do with that. Um, I don't know, that was just an idea.
No, that's a phenomenal idea. All ideas welcome. Also, guys, please, anything you have at all. Okay, yeah. If
have
you happen
one.
to find any events that are like that, if you could even just message one of us with an event like that, that would be awesome if we could, and then we could kind of contact them and figure that out.
Okay, yeah, I'll look into it.
Okay.
I think
Um,
has one more too.
Yeah,
one-
there's also the Toys for Tots drives. I don't know if you guys ever seen those too. Those are very, very popular.
Cool.
okay, Toys for Tots as well. Another thing I'll note down. Sweet. Okay. Did anyone else have any questions involving the community side of things or whatnot?
I have a question and more of kind of a I can't think of the word, but like you know how there's like the farmers market and everything, but like is there any that are with clothing that are like I don't know how to explain it, but like
Yeah, like a
um
farmer's market that's more like thread focused.
yes, like something along that line, like of like being big of I can't
Yeah,
really
I
explain
think
it.
I think I've seen something like that in Phoenix at least. Um,
Like first
I'm not
Friday.
100% sure.
First
Yeah,
Friday has
something like
everything.
that. But like with like I don't know. I don't know if there's any in Phoenix that are just like clothing, but like I was thinking like a bunch of small businesses like kind of trying to get out there of like all the different types of clothing and we could like you guys can like
I mean,
Yeah.
my
this could
brain's not really
basically
burning yet.
you guys could basically take what she's saying, but form that flea market into like a clothing flea market, right? So it's not really a thing yet. There's not when you go to a flea market, it's more like, hey, let's get your fresh produce, right?
Yeah.
But with everybody in Phoenix, I'm sure everybody in this chat can find like a local or know somebody local who's trying to do something, right? And who would want to get their name out. So maybe if y'all could find a parking lot who would let y'all use that, then get 10, 15 vendors that would want to put up a booth. That would help create something new. And then also take some time to advertise for it because those things don't happen overnight. So
True. Awesome. Okay. And then I see Ken.
Yeah, I forgot to mention the next pretty big calisthenics event is going to be the March 22nd, and these guys actually took the time to reach out to a lot of the colleges in the United States, and they're making like regional competitions
Yeah.
for calisthenics. So for West Region, which is us, it's going to be in California, March 22nd, and it'll be California, Arizona, and some other colleges near us. So if
Wow.
that's something you guys want to be a part of, then we can talk about that too.
That's something that I definitely think we want to be a part of, especially if it's a relatively large and like well marketed event.
Yeah.
Do you think would you be able to send me the information from that?
Yeah, I'll send that over right now.
Dude, please do. Thank you, Ken.
And real quick on David, when you brought up the run club stuff, I actually work with somebody who organizes a run club up in Tempe. It used to be in Scottsdale. He also does pickleball, and they do a hiking club as well. This is kind of like something recent that he's been doing, and it seems like it's been picking up, but definitely seems like a good way to kind of spread our movement, you know, with those other kind of like-minded people. So I could get with him and kind of see what we could do about organizing like an event together. Um, but yeah, just want to throw that out there.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
awesome. We also have been doing some pop-up events. We went out to Colorado and did a pop-up event at the gym that the brand started at. So that was super cool to be able to travel out there and see the community out there. So if you guys in your own areas have cool gyms or events or something that you think we could get set up as, please send them our way, preferably a few weeks in advance, and we can try to make it out there.
Yeah, to
Cool.
kind of stack on top of that too, like you guys is all being in Mindset Club and everything. Don't be afraid to take initiative. This is your brand too. No one's superior to one another here. We're all on the same level. We're all striving for the same things in life. So if you guys want to take action on any event that's just in your area, and you're like, I'm already in communication with this guy, I already know a lot of info. If you just want to pretty much obviously let the brand and everyone know what event, what's going on exactly. But don't be scared to kind of reach out, just take initiative and take control of that. Yeah, if you think an idea is a really great idea, and like let's say someone's out in Illinois or something and you guys hear of like a run club and you think you have some friends that would be interested, you just say, hey, let's go start this over here, and you could put that under mindset, whatever, anything like that. Don't be scared to take initiative and just kind of do your own events with that. We're all on the same level here. So
See a hand from Moises.
Yeah, I just want to add to the run clubs and the pop-up events. So here in Houston, run clubs have been extremely popular, and they organize them throughout the week, but also as going to the pop-up events, we have Alpha Land, and they have what's called summer shredding, and it's a huge event. Everybody comes around, and it's like a competition, a bodybuilding competition as well. I know we're trying to do like both lifestyle and fitness type of deal, but I think those two, the run, just being organizing a run club out here in Houston, and then also just all like inviting you guys out to Alpha Land for y'all to do the pop-up events and stuff like that. I can send over the information because they have two events, one in the summer and then one closer to the end of August or the end of October, I'm sorry. And so I can send over the information to you guys. And then we're also Houston is growing so much that there's always a gym opening almost every year. But I can definitely send over that information because I think as soon as y'all said run clubs and pop-up events, this the immediate thought I had is having you guys come out and expanding, especially out here too, since it's a growing community.
That would be phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Yes, thank you. Definitely send over the information. Yeah, summer shred, anything that's happening out there. Yeah, send it over.
Of course, we'll do.
Okay. All right. Then I see Castro.
My bad, I couldn't find the unmute button. But I have a couple boxing gyms and MMA gyms that we can probably set up like little bits and pieces of like apparel and shit. I know like a lot of the boxing gyms down here, they go pretty hard even for like younger children and stuff. But if we can get like set up in that type of field too, I feel like that would be pretty cool because like the brand rebranding into mindset is kind of just like what boxing and MMA and combat really is too. Is just like super discipline, super resilience, and I know that they would enjoy like the designs too. So
Yeah,
they're
that's
like
very true.
like the boxing gyms down here, like bro, they're all like free pretty much. Like all you have to do is like pay like $100 for forgot what it's called, what the organization is, but you're just like registered into like a system, and then the rest everything's free. Like all the gyms, like the coaches, they like do everything for free, bro. So like these kids are really like either really super lost or they just don't have anybody, and like I feel like putting a label on them as like athletes too will like help them like mentally and stuff. and like just spreading like positivity. Because like where I'm from in New Mexico, bro, like it's either crabs in the bucket or it's just like super negative, super shitty environment. And like a lot of these kids, bro, they just need like opportunities.
Okay. Dude, I can absolutely. That definitely sounds like an environment that we could make a good impact in, and bring positivity to that. Yeah, definitely maybe shoot me like some of those gyms
But yeah,
and
I'll
we can
go and
kind
get in
of,
tune. I'll go get in tune with like the owners of it tomorrow, and then I'll see what's up,
yeah, that'd
see
be
what we can
perfect.
do.
Yeah, because like depending on what type of event it is, if it's like an actual pop-up or if it's like we're putting our clothes in there as like a
Well,
sales point, like
what we could do is this like next time they have like a big boxing event because they fight people from El Paso, Texas. So like next time there's like a big boxing event, I'll just hit y'all up weeks in advance, and then either y'all fly down here because like El Paso is like only like 40 minutes from where I'm at, and the airport's there, so y'all can just land there. We can just go to the event and set up like a booth, and like there's a couple select fighters that I would like to see like as like get on to like the ambassador team because like these kids, bro, they like two of them grind their asses off, and like one of them, man, like I connected to, and he was like really going down a dark path. So if I can just give opportunities to like these kids here, that'd be dope, man.
yeah. And again, man, that's really like a central piece of our brand is bringing those type of individuals together and uplifting each other.
Yeah,
So, okay.
bet, bro.
All right. I don't want to spend too long in this section. Thank you so much for all of the input from all of you guys. Phenomenal input. And then again, just like Drew said, stay in contact with us. I'll go ahead and hand it off to Drew, who is going to be talking a little bit about uh the marketing aspects and the marketing side of mindset.
Hey, yeah. Thank you, Jimmy. That was beautiful. So to start this, I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. I hope this is sharing. So I just want to remind everyone that we do have the ambassador portal. So obviously with everything rebranding, instead of having the ambassador program or the team member program, we're going to be switching over to just Mindset Club since the brand is going to be Mindset MNDST. Technically being a part more involved with the brand, you're going to be in Mindset Club. So we'll get all these links and everything changed over to like Mindset Club login, that type of stuff. But for now, just so everyone knows and needs a quick recap, because we do have a lot of questions on the portal all the time. If you go to our webpage, we'reoptimalgains.com, if you're on the phone, it'll be in the top left-hand little 3-bar menu thing. You just hit community login. You'll enter your password and everything that you set when you applied. If you guys ever need help finding your password or username, just reach out to us and we can get that to you, no problem. But this is basically going to be your dashboard as soon as you log in. It'll show how much referrals you've been approved for, how much are pending to go out, and then how much have been paid out. Right now, our payment options are technically directly to your Venmo, PayPal, or I believe it's store credit. When you very first make your account, it'll ask you to put those in, either a Venmo username, a PayPal email, or you can choose store credit. If you haven't put those in yet, it is pretty crucial. Obviously, it's the only way you can kind of get your commissions over to you. But to find that, once you get logged in, if you hit this top left menu bar, it'll pull up your menu. And if you go over here to settings and then go to payment, then you can go right here. So yeah, I have my Venmo in here and everything. You can go and change it. And like I said, yeah, it's PayPal or store credit. You can just go and select those. Back to the main dashboard though. If you guys, so there is a difference between your personal code and your shareable code. Your personal code is that OG with your last name or whatever it might have been. Those are inchangeable. That's for you and you only. You have to be logged into your account to use that code. That's your 20% off for you. If you do ever want to change your shareable one or the one that you give to people that gives them 10% off in the code you earn your 10% commission on, same thing, it's on your dashboard. You scroll down a little bit and you'll see it here, coupon code, and you can just go hit edit and you can change it to whatever you'd like to be. If it's already been taken, it'll tell you, so you might have to add a 1 or whatever number you want to it. But super simple to go in here and change your code, and right below you can go in here and track it. With that being said, too, one of the things that we do want to change, or going to give you guys more tools going forward, is going to be our marketing tools tab. We're going to be giving you guys a lot more stickers and just PNG type of stuff you can go and use on your Instagram stories. You can put these anywhere. We're also going to be uploading more product pictures in here as well, as more drops come in. I will let you guys know we do have a pretty large drop coming with the first Mindset rebrand. And it's going to be everything from gym clothes to flannels, a lot more girls stuff, a lot more lifestyle encompassing stuff. That's also something we're trying to give you guys as well, people that are even outside of the gym, more lifestyle clothes stuff you can wear anywhere and everywhere, except maybe just the gym, anything like that. Same thing, yeah, with the marketing tools. If you just go into product picks, they'll have them all in here. We're gonna get new ones uploaded. But I just want to go over the portal with you guys really quick on this, just so everyone has a quick refresh. Of course, if you guys have any questions, we're always here to help you guys out as far as that goes. But screen should be back to normal. With that being said too, kind of like Jimmy said with future community events, obviously you guys are going to get the first, as soon as we know the date, the time, everything, we'll let you guys know. So it gives you guys the best opportunity to show up and be there if you guys want. Same thing with sponsored events, pop-ups, everything like that. We're going to let you guys know as soon as we know to give you guys the best opportunity to be there. Because obviously we just want to get everyone together more often. The more community we can have, I think the better we're going to get to know each other, the more positive we can spread out into the world, right? Or we can uplift, inspire, motivate, if you want to say. And I do just want to remind you guys too to always be keeping an eye out for emails. Even check your junk. If you haven't moved us over to your regular inbox, make sure you keep an eye out for emails in your junk folder too. And then the close friends list. Emails and close friends list are going to be our top two ways of just communicating things to the masses. So always keep an eye out for those. We are curious about opening up a Discord. Though those of you guys that have been here, we did have an Instagram chat, a group chat back then, and it just got pretty saturated and everyone started sending their posts. The value of just kind of the group chat kind of lost its value, if that makes sense. So would a Discord possibly work for some of you guys? I just wanted to ask you guys as far as putting a group chat together. We'll have these monthly Zoom calls, but what do you guys kind of have in mind as far as communication as a group? Does Discord work best? Does email work just fine? Any recommendations?
I think Discord would be a really good option.
Cool.
Agree. Yeah, because you can break down on Discord, from social media posts to, for everybody to get feedback, on you can break it down into categories and it'd be a lot more organized for everybody.
Sweet. Good to know. Then yeah, I think we'll end up getting a Discord chat made. Obviously we'll get you guys the links and all that. So we'll also be posting stuff in there. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Discord, emails, and close friends lists. Those are going to be our biggest ways of communicating to you guys. With all those previous kind of tools I just talked about, we're always going to be improving the ambassador visionary portal is what we're going to call it now, since technically everyone's going to be known as a visionary, not an ambassador. But that we're going to give you guys more stickers, PNGs. We want to give you guys custom like PNG stickers to use on your Instagram story too. So that'll have your personal code on it, that type of stuff. Just make it more customizable, more unique for you guys to have. Is there anything specifically that you guys kind of want that maybe another brand does that you're a part of, or do you think would be a really cool idea that would help you guys out as visionaries, help spread the message, help spread the brand? Any recommendations? Castro, yeah.
I was thinking, man, I was telling Jimmy like a month back that I want to like design a couple of like apparels, especially like coordinated with like calisthenics, like fit more apparel. Like I want to do some cut off sleeves, some good like either like I wouldn't say joggers, but like some good like track pants, you know what I mean? That's like but I wanted to like design at least like a spring capsule of like just a lineup of apparel. Because growing up, like that was like my thing was like designing and modeling and stuff when I did music. But yeah, like who could we reach out to one-on-one that is the designer on the team that like we can work with? Because I mean, obviously y'all are all like coordinated together, but like the person that's actually behind the scenes, like designing, you know?
Yeah, I would say reach out to either me or Micah.
Okay.
Who are kind of the ones that oversee kind of most of the things when it comes to design stuff like that too. So yeah, if you ever have any questions or ideas like that, definitely just reach out to us. Kind of like I said earlier too, don't be afraid to just start making some crazy designs and send them in. You know what I mean?
But what app or like what program would be like best fit for like y'all's?
So I know like we use Adobe Illustrator. I don't know if you know
Okay.
Illustrator at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if you've made something like I know Kylie, I think you use Procreate sometimes, right?
Yes.
Bet.
Procreate, kind of whatever, just kind of works as long as we get a file over and can see it for the most part.
Canva works really well because they send it with files.
Well, which one was that one?
Canva.
Canva? Okay.
Yeah.
Bet.
Yeah, and I see all the stuff in the chat too. Yeah, patches, powerlifting gear, wrist straps. 100%. We do obviously want to start providing just a more, even a super wide array of whatever accessories, clothing. So that's all in the works. Like I said too, the first drop for the mindset rebrand, it's going to be pretty big. There's going to be a lot of different items of clothing that'll fit everyone from the gym to just lifestyle casual wear. And I do like all these smaller accessories too, belts, knee sleeves. Hell yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that, y'all. We will definitely get that in the works too.
We could also, I mean, Drew and Micah and Kylie have all heard this from me, but we can also try to find, cool brands that we all love and try to collaborate with, involving those into the designs as well. We have a brand here in Tulsa. They're called Different. It's essentially kind of the same thing as Mindset. It's just here in Tulsa, and they're doing their own thing, but they focus on clothing for lifestyle, and same for the gym. So I have direct contact with them. I'm obviously going to send. Micah's actually got their numbers already, but I'm going to work a little bit more to try and get more designs already set up, and so we could try and broaden it as well. Because if we can find local brands in different, like in Houston and in New Mexico, if we find local brands like that, it's not just helping the brand, it's also helping people around here discover the brand. So any way that we can try, because I will tell you right now, I just from cutting hair, I've had a couple people come in from the gym and I talk about optimal gains, right, or mindset, and they've heard about it, and it's kind of like it's a little bit of a shock, but take that and run with it, and we can build with these smaller brands and work with smaller groups. So take that as well.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, we're always open to collabs, anything like that. Like you said, Castro, yeah, some calisthenic gear. If we could do some type of collab with that, always open to that. I think it's a great idea. Yeah, that's kind of all I have on my end of things. So I appreciate y'all listening to me yapple. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to JJ. He just kind of explained a little bit to y'all about just kind of what it means to be a visionary and stuff moving forward.
Awesome. How's it going, everyone? Good to see everybody. Good to see some familiar faces. Love to see it. But like Drew said, I just really want to go over the basis of what being a visionary is, because we always talk about being like, it's a mindset, right? We always say it's a mindset, but I want to go a little bit more in depth of what mindset means. So I want to first by saying, like, we are all driven to become the best versions of ourselves, right? And with that, we are all selfless in our pursuit to uplift, inspire, and motivate those around us. And that's exactly what I wanted to touch on, was uplift, inspire, and motivate. So when we encourage others or when we uplift, we are helping them see their own potential. And because of that, it helps foster them to have more confidence and resilience in what they do. And this act of kindness not only creates a ripple effect, but as people feel more valued as a person, they are more likely to pass that support on to others, which is where Inspire comes in. And now from Inspire, by being a source of inspiration, we are not only empowering individuals to overcome challenges, but also contribute to a culture of mutual respect and growth, which is where Motivate comes in. And that's what I really want to talk to y'all about, was just to uplift, inspire, and motivate. That's really what it is at the end of the day. And we really all just want to become the best versions of ourselves. And being genuine not only is just really nice to be, if you're being your most genuine self around other people, that's not only going to reflect off of them, but it's going to make them feel that passion that you have about your personal self and make them want to become better as well. And it's just absolutely beautiful, guys. I love it. So I could talk about this stuff all day. Now, with being visionaries, I want to go over our codes a little bit more in depth too. So with being a visionary, like Drew mentioned before, you guys do get 2 codes. With being a visionary, you get your own personal code, which gives you 20% off your total order. But then also the second code is the code that you guys give out, which gives them 10% off of their total order as well. And now with those codes, you guys all get a flat-based commission of 10% as well with any time that anybody uses your code, which is great. And with using your code, we wanted to promote it as well. And for promotion, we are giving every visionary access to our pre-sale events. Now, with our pre-sale events, this is a great way for you guys to not only advertise, not advertise, but showcase all of the products, but for you guys to make hype around the product before it drops. So that way, when we do drop it, you guys do have the hype for wanting that product with your each individual communities on your social media profiles, if that makes sense. So please take advantage of this pre-sale event, guys. It's awesome. It is going to be 2 weeks before we drop this to the public. So please keep it on your calendars. Keep staying in touch with your emails, like everybody said. Just make sure you're keeping involved with the community. That's what we really care about with being a visionary. It just staying in touch with everybody. Please communicate to all of us. We are all open books, guys. Please communicate to me, Kylie, Drew, Micah, Jimmy, anybody else, Jeremy too. Please, guys, please reach out to us. We are always here for you guys. And that's honestly pretty much some things I wanted to touch on. One thing too I wanted to touch on as well was that to provide more incentive for you guys to using not only the pre-sale event, but just using your codes in general, is that for every time that you guys tag us in a story wearing the clothes, or if you guys promote an event, or, you know, like I said, sharing your code, you guys will automatically be entered in a monthly raffle to win a free item, which is going to be awesome. Love that idea. We all came to a consensus about that. So we really want to provide value back to you guys and show that we do care about y'all and provide that you guys put in so much hard work for what you guys do to us. And we really appreciate you guys so much. And so please keep posting, please keep re-uploading. You guys we'll keep an eye out for who's all doing everything. And then we'll give you guys a free item for whoever randomly choose. And that's pretty much all I had to say. And I'm going to hand it off to Kylie now to go over everything else.
Sorry, unmute myself. All right, guys. So I'm just going to be closing out the meeting for today. So next meeting is going to be set up for November 24th at 2 p.m. We will send out information. We're going to do a little recap on everything that we talked about today to send to you guys and to send to people that weren't part of the Zoom meeting today. So we'll put that date in there so that you guys have that. Next time we'll probably be sharing some of the new designs that we have ready to go and ready to be ordered. And we're also going to be breaking out into rooms to get to know the community a little bit better, just in smaller groups. Does anybody have any final questions or anything they want to say that they didn't get to say? Any ideas? Cool. Drew.
That's not really an idea. But yeah, I'm sure you guys are just kind of like curious too. The brand's just kind of been silent for the past like month or two. And I just want to recap. Yeah, this mindset rebrand is going to be huge. That's just kind of where all the work and focus is going on right now. We're incredibly excited. Honestly, I want to just make it happen tomorrow. Obviously, it's a little bit more work than that, but yeah, I'm just excited for the future moving forward. The future is going to be very exciting. A lot more community involvement, more clothes. I'm speechless because of it.
There's so many exciting things on the way. So many. I do have some homework for you guys. So next time we hop on the Zoom call, if you pretty please could be ready to share what mindset means to you and how it pertains to your life as an individual. We're all different. We all have our different realms, but we're all here for a reason. So just kind of think on that one a little bit and be ready to share that next month when we get back together. But yeah, I just wanted to thank everyone for hopping on here and for sticking it out with us for the last hour. Please reach out to us with ideas, questions, literally anything. We love this brand. This is what we do. So like, we want your guys' input too. Cool. Cool.
Woo!
Right.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much.
Love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Love you guys.
It's a motherfucking mindset.
People. Not people.
Gotta thank JJ to close it out.
Goddamn right. Love y'all.
All right, guys.
All right, see you guys.
Later.